What's up guys, I am Jeff Rizzo and today we are checking out possibly the best budget GPS watch on the market right now. I'm talking about the Garmin Forerunner 25. This thing is the successor to the Forerunner 10 and the Forerunner 15 and it makes a number of meaningful improvements and I think you guys are really going to like it. It is $170, which is not the cheapest thing out there, but I do think that it is going to be a hit for a lot of runners. And before we get into this entire video, make sure you do a couple of things. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You're not going to want to miss all the stuff I've got planned for you guys. And follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all those social media sites. Again, I've got so much content that I'm really excited to roll out and I don't want you guys to miss it. And if you do decide that you want to buy the Forerunner 25, I'll have a few links in the description down below, down there. So you can check updated pricing or buy it if you want. You can go over to Amazon or to my good friends at clevertraining.com. All right, that's enough. Let's go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Alrighty, so the FR25 is a really simple device. It's basically built to be super intuitive and to kind of just get out of your way, and I really like that about it. Don't get me wrong, I love functionality. I mean, I wear the Phoenix 3 every day, but the fact that you can just pick this device up and know how to use it right off the bat is impressive to me. And I think there's a lot of value there as well. But before we dive into all that this device can do, let's take a look at the design. So the first thing that you'll notice is that it has a larger screen than the older Forerunners. I think it's like 30% larger and it's pretty evident. It's a very comfortable size and the black and white display is easily readable in all conditions, though I'd honestly like to have a color display. But you do get a backlight on board as well, so you can access that by pressing the top left button, which is also the on-off button. The device is also super lightweight and has a really thin profile. It's not the most burly thing out there, but Garmin does say it's shock resistant. I don't know though, I wouldn't test that out if I was you guys. But it's crazy comfortable at any rate, and you'll hardly even notice you're wearing a watch. It fits right around your wrist and the bands are super soft on your skin. I don't want to dwell on that too much, but it's really nice. In terms of how you interact with the device, you have 4 buttons, and I think just by looking at it, you'll understand how to use it, so I won't really go over all of that. The FR25 is water rated down to 50 meters, though it is solely a runner's watch. So if you run a lot, this might be for you, but if you want something with multi-sport capabilities and additional sport profiles, you may want to check out some of my other reviews. The FR25 also has pretty good battery life, at least by my standards. It has about 8 to 10 hours in GPS mode, depending on whether you get the small or the large version. I have the large one, by the way. For me, I was getting well over a week on average, though to be fair, I was traveling while I was testing this guy, so I didn't go running as much as I normally would. Still though, I do think the battery life is pretty good, probably around a week for the average person. Unfortunately though, it does require a proprietary charging cable, which means you can't just use one of your standard micro USB cables, and that means that you have another cord to worry about. The FR25 also has Bluetooth 4.0 built in so that you can wirelessly sync it to the Garmin Connect mobile app. I'm not really going to go in depth with the mobile app. It's very good and Garmin is always making improvements to it, and it's actually one of the best mobile apps out there now for fitness. And if you want the watch, I don't think that you're going to get hung up on the application. Also, you get Ant Plus, so you can pair a heart rate monitor to the watch, and I know a lot of you guys will really like that. And it has an internal accelerometer and GPS, which together allow it to do what it does. And by that I mean it acts as a GPS running watch and an all-day activity and sleep tracker. But let's start with the first one. It tracks your running workouts, both indoors and out. It will estimate your distance, pace, speed, calories burned, and if you have a heart rate monitor paired to it, you'll get your heart rate data as well. If you're running indoors, the accelerometer will estimate your distance and pace, and I was actually pleased with how accurate it was. You can also customize the data screens a little bit, so that way if you want distance number 1 and pace number 2, you can change that. And you can do that a little bit. There's not a whole lot of customization options, but you also get a third data screen if you have a heart rate monitor paired. And then you also get auto pause, auto lap, a virtual pacer, which you know I really like, and the ability to see personal records and some of your history for your workouts or your daily activity. And then you can also set different goals for your workout, whether that's like time-based or distance-based. And I really like that for when I'm trying to hit a particular marker. You won't unfortunately get a VO2 max estimate nor any running dynamic stuff, but I think for most people the FR25 will be just fine without that. But if you do want those additional stats, you may want to jump up to the FR225. You know, the other thing I've heard is a lot of people complaining about GPS accuracy and the calories burned estimates, but I actually thought everything was fine here. If it's like 0.2 of a mile different from Strava or whatever, is that really worth getting hung up on? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think it's just fine. And then also with the whole calories burned thing, I think Garmin does a pretty good job. If it says you burned 500 calories and you did a very short run, that's just ludicrous in my opinion. Yeah, Garmin might be a little bit conservative, but I actually do trust their numbers, and I think it's just fine. And I think for a budget GPS watch, Garmin actually gives you a lot of control with the FR25. And because of its sleek design, you'll hardly even notice it's on your wrist. And that's actually a really good thing because if you want, you can wear it all day and all night, and it will estimate automatically your steps, distance, and calories as well as your sleep. So that's really nice. It's basically like having an activity tracker on all day long. Garmin is actually getting really good with the whole activity tracking and sleep tracking stuff, so I'm happy to see it show up on this device. You also get a daily goal, move reminders, a move bar so that when you're lazy, it's going to remind you to get up and walk around, and then a daily alarm. Basically all the stuff that you'd want in an activity tracker you'll find on this device, which is partly why I think it's actually a good value. And then also there's this other thing that I haven't mentioned yet, and that is that the 25 relays your phone notifications, so you don't have to like look down at your phone each time an alert comes in. For email, text messages, calendar reminders, and phone calls, you'll see that information pop up right on your wrist. There isn't yet support for third-party apps, but you do get those native applications. But the notifications will work for iOS and Android users. I don't know how much weight you guys put on this stuff, but I really like having notifications. I think it's actually super helpful. Anyways though, I think overall the 25 is a really good device. It's going to be super popular. Clearly I'd like it to be a little bit cheaper than 170, but I'm not mad at that at all. And if you want to check updated pricing, I don't know if it's changed since this video's gone up, I'll have those links in the description, so check those out. And that's it for this review. I do hope you enjoyed it. I put this stuff up to be helpful, and so I hope it is. And if it is, click that thumbs up button below so I know that you like it. And then also write me a comment if you want to. And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on all those social media sites, and check out rizknows.com. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.